We all know and love Jack Sparrow. I mean Captain Jack Sparrow. But did you know that he was a real pirate? An Englishman known as John Ward, sometimes Jack Ward, born in 1553, started as a poor fisherman only to become the pirate king. In 1558, Spain tried to invade England. Queen Elizabeth didn't have a fleet at the time to fight the Spanish, so she incentivized English fishermen to attack, pillage, plunder Spanish ships. A small portion of the goods went to the crown, but 75% of what they plundered were theirs, and they were now called legal raiders. John Ward took advantage of the opportunity. Sometime later, Elizabeth died and King James I took over and wanted to make peace with the Spanish. Previously legal raiders were now criminals if they continued in their piracy. Ward then joined the Navy, but immediately regretted the decision, making significantly less money and not having the freedom he had before. He gathered his mates in a local pub and convinced them to leave the Navy and turn back to piracy. They stole a ship and set out for sea. Free again, the pirates head for the Mediterranean. And I just think that this is funny. He is just like the character Captain Jack Sparrow here, or I should say Captain Jack Sparrow is like John Ward, because he must have had phenomenal convincing skills to get all these men to follow him and desert the Navy. No other waters were as good a hot spot to trade ships as the Mediterranean. They stole more ships, acquired more crew, and became notoriously known for ambushing trading vessels. Eventually, Ward makes a deal in Tunis to hold his base of operations there. Utman Day, the man he made deals with, gave Ward the nickname Sparrow, now Jack Sparrow. There was a massive famous ship in the area with a gold mine of valuables worth up to $2 million called the Sotarina. They had never taken on a ship that large before. The pirates pelted the ship and crew for hours before taking it for their own. Ward turned the ship into a warship by cutting a lot of holes in it for new cannons, but this weakened the structure. A storm came and sank the ship and claimed all the lives of everyone on board except one, and I'm sure you can guess who that one is. John was the sole survivor. Of course, this ruined his reputation. He was being hunted. The only way to secure his safety was to change his religion, change his name to Yusuf Reis, convert his whole crew actually. The whole crew joined him in converting to Islam. And converting had a lot of cultural connotations at this time. In England, pamphlets were being written and plays, actual plays were being written about Ward. And he's still living. He's very famous at this time to be having plays written about him. But they were doing all of this to deter people from wanting to convert and join piracy, because there were people doing that, and it must have been a significant number for them to have to write pamphlets and plays. In 1612, he ended his pirating career and began teaching a pirate school, showing people how to navigate and many other skills you'd need as a pirate. He lived out his days drinking and enjoying the luxuries of his plundering until he died from plague at age 70. I love this quote from National Geographic's show, Pirates Behind the Legends. It's on Disney+. I highly recommend it. John Ward lived many lives: a fisherman, a private man of war, a deserter, a corsair, a teacher, an Englishman, an Ottoman, a Christian, and a Muslim. He really defied the social and cultural norms, starting from absolutely nothing, being a poor fisherman, taking his destiny into his own hands, and becoming the most notorious and most legendary pirate of his age and of all time. This is my favorite quote from John Ward himself. "Go tell the King of England, go tell him thus for me, if he reign king of all the land, I will reign king at sea." Thank you for joining me once again on History and Mystery. I will see you next time.